Ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be a very busy weekend as WWE not only has Evolution, but also Saturday night's main event. And as of this recording, WWE has announced 3 matches for Saturday night's main event. Now, is this a problem? For the fans, it probably is. For me, I don't really mind it because maybe one of these matches that I'm going to be predicting here are probably going to last 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Who knows? Unless they're gonna have some sort of segment that takes 20 minutes, I don't know. But I'm only here to talk about the matches and making my predictions on them, so let's get started. The first match I want to talk about is Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. Now this all started on SmackDown when Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes were in a segment and Drew McIntyre made his return and interrupted both of them, and telling Randy Orton that the legend killer in him is already dead. And then he turns his attention to Cody Rhodes saying that you better win the WWE Championship because I'm going to be coming for that title. And then when he turns around, he gets RKO'd by Randy Orton. So then Drew McIntyre ends up getting pissed, and then he tells Nick Aldis to make the match, and then he does get the match, which is happening at Saturday night's main event. So then around that time, Saturday night's main event only had 2 matches, so they had to put one more in there, and it's this. Who do I see winning? Well, I'm actually going to go with Drew McIntyre here. Randy Orton should start a losing streak, and then Randy Orton should snap. Because with him losing, the voices are going to be appearing in his head, and they say to take out Cody Rhodes or whoever the WWE champion is. And it should start the heel turn of Randy Orton. And as for Drew McIntyre, well, he just returned, and SummerSlam is a couple of weeks away, so what does he do at SummerSlam? I don't know. The next match I want to talk about is LA Knight versus Seth Rollins. Now, the reason why this match is happening is that Seth Rollins' group, who is unnamed by the way, have been making appearances on SmackDown, especially when it was around Money in the Bank season. So when Seth Rollins won Money in the Bank, Seth Rollins thought that he was done and just wants to move on. But since he has a problem with everybody on the roster, LA Knight came to strike back. Now, you're probably saying, well, LA Knight is a SmackDown superstar and Seth Rollins is a Raw superstar. Why are we doing a cross-branded match? Well, like I said, Seth Rollins' group has been making appearances on SmackDown, so why not LA Knight go back to Monday Night Raw and strike Seth Rollins? It's only fair in my opinion. So who wins this match? Even with all the shenanigans happening, I'm going with LA Knight. I think he's going to be overcoming the odds here. We might see Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed try to get involved, and then all of a sudden we might see CM Punk come out and try to even the odds. But it's going to be too much, which is probably going to lead to the return of Roman Reigns. Now, I know that Jey Uso is also a part of this, but he was attacked by Bronson Reed on Monday Night Raw. And Sami Zayn, well, he is unfortunately out of action due to an unfortunate injury that happened last Monday night on Raw. But the reason I say that Roman Reigns is going to return at Saturday night's main event is because Roman Reigns has been missing ever since the Raw after WrestleMania. And we're getting close to SummerSlam, so why not build the match between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins? But then CM Punk also wants revenge against Seth Rollins as well. So what does he do if Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins is a match for SummerSlam? There's a lot of questions than answers. The shenanigans could start in that match, or maybe the main event, which is Gunther versus the return of Goldberg. Now, the reason why this match is happening is that Goldberg announced that he was going to be retiring this year. Or is he? And then it was reported by news sources that his final match will be happening at a Saturday night's main event. And fans were like, oh, maybe this could finally be Goldberg versus Gunther. Because remember what happened last year at Bad Blood? Gunther was talking crap about Goldberg and his family, and then that's what pissed him off. Goldberg returned to remind Gunther about that moment. And then, as of last Monday on Raw, Gunther said that Goldberg does not have the balls to show up and confront him. And then that's where Goldberg ends up arriving to the arena and confronting Gunther and standing tall against the world champion. So who wins this match? Obviously, for me, it's going to be Gunther. Goldberg doesn't really need to win his final match, honestly. And I bet nobody on social media would want to see Goldberg win the World Heavyweight Championship. And like I said, the shenanigans with Seth Rollins and his group and Roman Reigns and everybody else could actually happen during this match. But that's been a thing on what's been going on in WWE. there's been a lot of interfering in matches, especially the one that Night of Champions where Seth Rollins wanted to cash in, but then everybody else comes out like Sami Zayn, Penta, like a Bloodline Rules match. And as of right now, these are all the matches that are happening at Saturday night's main event. Will they announce another one on SmackDown? Probably. But I want to know from you guys. Are you excited for Saturday night's main event? Or are you not? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, tap the notification bell for more videos, follow me on Twitter at EthanSoyShow, and I'll see you in the next one.